So we are here all together as one big family. So let's see if the screen comes up and you guys give me a 5 by 5 and we'll get into Christmas Day. Robert says 5 by 5.56. Smart ass. All right, there comes my computer. Okay, now I can see me. Jacob says 5 by 5. All right. Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy Saturday night. Good to see y'all here. Spend a little bit of time with this family. So get a little enjoyment time. I hope everybody had a wonderful couple of days with friends, with family. I hope Santa was good to everybody, and I hope that you were good to those that you played Santa for. I saw some of the comments about Dana's puppy and Voodoo's uh, venison and everything like that. So that was kind of fun. Tonight, just kind of want to be low key. I've done my damnedest for the last 2 days not to look at the news because it's Christmas. I just didn't want to pay attention to it. It's funny. I saw it earlier. You guys were talking about did anybody miss the morning video? And I guess I kind of apologized for it, but it was kind of like 50-50. It was like, a whole lot of people said, just take the weekend off. We'll see you on Sunday. I wanted to get together with y'all tonight. But, Mrs. P and I were up late last night doing Christmas things. And so I actually probably slept in the longest that I've slept in at least a year. I mean, I didn't get up till 7:45 this morning. So it's like, I'm like, you know what? I said, everybody's either recovering from last night or in the midst of opening presents with kids and grandkids. We'll just take the morning off. So that was it. So I apologize if you guys missed me, but just doing a Christmas thing. So hope you all had a wonderful holiday. It's kind of funny. I said to Mrs. P here before we got started, I said, oh my God, do you realize this is the last Saturday live stream for 2021? So, but just wanted to say thank you to all of you for putting up with me for a year, or for the last year at least, having fun getting together and being such a wonderful group of people, helping everybody, helping each other out, and with whatever advice or answers to questions or just moral support or prayers or whatever. A lot of people probably don't realize how much of a difference that we all make together. And I know a lot of you guys tell me, that I make more of a difference than I really know. And that's honestly true. I have no idea really, if most people are here for entertainment or information or what, but, just to hear somebody saying I made a difference in their life means a lot to me. And I can tell y'all make a huge difference in mine and Mrs. P's life too. So, but thank you for everybody for coming tonight. I know it's still holiday, but everybody's probably big sigh of relief going, thank God it's over. It usually always seems to be that way. So wanted to say hi to all my moderators, Robert, Jacob, Lucky Dame, Lorna. I don't know if North Shore made it. I know he's been taking a break for a couple of weeks. So, we wish him the best. Hopefully everything's okay. But, sometimes people just need to take time away. But wanted to say hello to some of the people that I see and hear all the time. East Tennessee's in here, Mammy's in here, Inside Russia, Constantine's up at 4 o'clock in the morning here. Oh, Lisa Preps is in here. Oh God, who else is in here? Rooster's in here. West Virginia girl, War Fox, Nunzio's Truth, Sean in Alaska. God, guys, y'all are here without fail all the time. HJS Video, I see you popping up. Colleen Rich Pickett. Michael Sellers busting my chops as usual. No problem. Professor Falcon. Lori Cower, August Blue, Little Lone Prepper. Yep. Guys, I see so many familiar names, and you guys come here every Tuesday, every Saturday, and, that tells me that we're doing something right when you guys take time out of your days to come spend it with all of us. So, and to listen to me yammer for an hour. So, so let's have some fun tonight. We talk about whatever you guys want. Try to throw some fun ones in there tonight. Let's try to keep it a little lower key. Like I said, I haven't paid attention to the news in the last couple of days, so if the world's on fire, I really don't know. So we just go there. Standard rules apply. No vaccine comments, no FJB stuff, no climate change stuff, uh, and no last November stuff. Those are the ones that YouTube will get mad at us for. So let's, start off 2022 as we go into it, without strikes if we can. The last one expires on this channel on January 9th, and then we'll be back to none for the first time in I don't know, 9 months. But keeping my nose clean a little bit. So, but as usual, this tonight's all about you guys, what you want to talk about. So please comments to me, put them in all caps so I know to see them and respond to them. But again, as always, feel free to have conversations amongst yourselves because God knows there's better answers than I can give on a lot of topics too. So, all right. So without further ado, let's kind of get to the top and see what y'all want to talk about, and we will go from there. So, and I will start there. John Campos says, I missed the morning video, watch it daily with my coffee. Now, it's probably the first time I haven't put out a morning video. I can't even remember the last time there wasn't a morning video. So, but yeah, like I said, I figured y'all were busy doing something that's a hell of a lot more important than listening to me, and I actually got a little sleep. So, Gabby Gertie, Merry Christmas to all. Hope all had a blessed day with family and friends. And I think we all say that to each and every one of us, individually and collectively. Let's see. After 8 o'clock, slacker. Thanks, Ace. Yeah, considering I'm usually the one that's up at 5 o'clock in the morning, it's like, oh my God, once I actually slept, it was like, hey, what do you know? Nunzio's Truth. Merry Christmas, Mr. and Mrs. Pinball. I hope someday I get the pleasure of shaking your hand and tell you how much you've done for my husband and I. Thank you so much. Well, we do those meetups, so we'll see. Maybe that'll come around. If you can make one of those, we'll shake the hand. Trent McMurray, thanks for putting up with us, Pinball. Hey, putting up with you guys is fine. I even got to put up with the trolls, So, and as usual, we wind up, kicking a few of them out a week. They always love to come in here and cause problems, but hey, trolls need to eat too, I guess. So, boy, it must be a miserable Christmas being a troll. Suburban Hillbilly just got home from Knoxville. Well, I'm glad you decided to go out and brave traffic in the city today and everything. There's no way in the world I was going anywhere near today. Let's see. Duckman, yeah, I'm glad you're on. Need a break from today. I kind of figured that, like I said, I wanted to get with everybody, just wish y'all Merry Christmas one-on-one. And I figured by this point, we're all just like, okay, we need a little bit of time to decompress. A little bit of normalcy if we consider what we do normal. Let's see. Okay. My McIntyre says, I've been a long-time listener. My husband had walked in the room occasionally when Pinball's on. Now he asks me every day, what did Pinball have to say today? Oh, God. There we go. Vicky Savage. Pinball's mods are better troll exterminators than the Billy Goat's gruff. Yes, I would say that. I mean, constantly these guys keep the riffraff out of here, and to me at least, that's a reason why I think that it's a reason a lot of you guys keep coming back, is because this is a safe, clean place to be without a bunch of problems. So, okay. Nancy Solomon, thoughts on Prince Harry getting involved in our politics? Freedom of speech. I can't help be mad. Our country exists fighting his bloodline, his USA-born wife calling senators for political points. I mean, he or she on her best day acting was a B actress. Okay, I'm surprised she didn't have a part in one of the Scream movies, or what was it, Scary Movie, the spoof of it. That would have been more, more her line. Maybe the Sharknadoes would have been a good place for her too, because God knows she didn't have any talent. But she has got him by the cojones so bad, and Prince Harry needs to grow a pair because he was not as much of a lightweight, let's put it that way, before he met her. And she came in and just grabbed him and said, "You're doing whatever the hell I want. I want to move back to LA. I want to be, you know, rubbing elbows with all the other liberal Looney Tunes out there. Let's go." And he's just like, "Rah, rah, let's do it." Elizabeth, thank you for the super chat. You know, that stupid Oprah interview, and now, I mean, what was it? There's somebody talking about that she wants to run for president. Go for it, lady. Okay, my dog could run against you and win. you know, Go ahead. I mean, it's, the two of them are just a waste of time. I mean, that's it. It's me, me, me. Look at me. Your typical Hollywood. Okay, me, me, me. Look at me. Go take your $1 million, millions of dollars that you have in British taxpayer money, okay, and go waste it on whatever the hell you want to do. Coral Tigger, tell my buddy Santa he forgot to drop off my generator. Probably, probably couldn't get the sleigh up. It was too heavy. Nunzio's Truth, got good advice, or got any advice for a good editing program for videos? The one I use is called OpenShot Video Editor. I've used a bunch of them, and I like OpenShot the best. It's the quickest, the cleanest, without needing, an IT degree to figure out how to use the damn thing. But OpenShot Video Editor, and it's free. Lucky Dame Preparedness. What did Santa bring me? Well, Santa must have known that I was a prepper pretty well, because I got another solar panel for my solar generator, so I now have the three, so I can fully charge them. I got a fire escape ladder, which was something that I wanted just in case for some reason we're stuck on the second floor and we have a way out of the house, not only for fires. What else is over there? I got a 2.5 ton jack, which was good. I got a couple of motion detector lights, and I got a pond pump. That was what I got. So, yeah, basically all prepping stuff, but that was pretty much what I wanted. So, and what Mrs. P got for Christmas, because I know somebody will ask this. Mrs. P got a couple of bottles of perfume, she got a couple of t-shirts, and she got an AR-15. Santa was good to Mrs. P. Uh, okay, let's see. I got to go back up here. Get shot down for a second. Now I got to find out where I was. Okay, I guess I can't get all the way to where I was, so I'll go to where I can get. Star Watcher says, I got one more day of grandkids to open presents. Is in you got to wait one more day, like you're all going to do it tomorrow, or you got one more day of the grandkids being over at the house and you're still putting toys together. I remember doing all that too. Uh, Tennessee Prepper, I get mad when someone calls me when I'm trying to watch. You and me both. It's like I'm in the middle of watching somebody's live stream, and then all of a sudden my phone rings. It happened to me today. I was in the middle of watching Constantine's live stream, and my daughter called. It's like, okay, I'm sorry, but my daughter takes precedence on Christmas. So, Becky Reed, what was my favorite gift this year? Uh, I know there's ears over there waiting to hear what the answer is too. Hmm. I got to think the solar panel. That's probably the one I was hoping for the most. Uh, Lucky Dame Preparedness. What all did you have for your main Christmas meal today? Well, I had a turkey sandwich. And no fault to Mrs. B's. We were gonna grill steaks today, and both of us were exhausted. And she took a nap, and I took a nap, and it was like, oh, okay. And next thing we know, we woke up and it was 7:30, and it was dark out. So I was like, okay, we'll grill tomorrow. Ah, Vicky Savage. So many people will be so relieved when the holidays are over. I hope. Yes, relieved for the fact that okay, the holidays are over. Then of course all the bills show up. I'm hoping that we can all be relieved and we don't go into back into utter chaos starting Monday with more political shenanigans and all the other crap that's going on. But like I said, I needed to take a break from the world, and I think y'all did too. But I'll find it out all out in the morning. Uh, F Home 2C, thank you for all you do, especially for your time and effort to continue doing live streams. Yes, it's time and yes, it's effort, but I will tell you this, guys, without a shadow of a doubt, I enjoy every second of what I do with this, with talking to you guys, with answering emails, with doing the live streams, with creating videos. I enjoy this. And Mrs. P's always told me, she goes, if it ever becomes a pain in the ass, she goes, stop. And I said, I promise. But I still enjoy doing this and talking to y'all way too much. Trent McMurray, Pinball, did I get chocolate chip cookies? No, I'm not Santa. Let's see. Lori, what did Santa bring the fur babies? Uh, Daffy got some new balls because she has a bad habit of losing them. How the hell you lose a 10-inch ball? I have no idea. Something's it's bigger than a baseball, but smaller than a hard softball. Softball, not the mush balls. Then they got some greenies, which those are those dental brush bones, and they got a dog type beef jerky or something like that. That was basically it. So it was fun. Uh, Wendy Fox, of all the gifts my grandson got today, his favorite one was the flashlight I gave him. Yeah, I mean, and for little boys, I can remember that, man, running around the house with a flashlight. That was the coolest thing when you were, I don't know, maybe I was about 5 or 6. I was like, oh my God, this is like the greatest toy ever. Uh, Autumn West. So did Santa try to kiss Mrs. Pinball under the mistletoe? No, we missed Santa. No mistletoe in the house. Uh, Benjamin Jams, thank you for not laughing. Well, it means that you didn't put your foot in your mouth. Uh, Ildico, any plans for New Year's Eve? We'll probably get with Mr. and Mrs. Mountaintop Prepper again. That's what we did last year. And what did we do? We got together with a couple of the neighbors and we played Pictionary, which was kind of fun. We played the guys against the girls. The girls won. But we'll probably do something again, some adult board game of some sort or whatever it is. Just have fun. It's like we're all, bar scene is way in my past, and I'm not crazy enough to go try to fight crowds to watch whatever the hell they drop in Knoxville. Kevin Little, did Santa help with airfare for your round trip North Pole flight? No. Santa did me a favor by doing the live stream, gave me a break. I got to play with the elves. Huts John, you were right. Putin did not attack Christmas Day. I got an email today, and I mean, it's just some of these are way out there. And this one was like, oh my God, somebody's saying the world is going to end in less than 2 years, and this is proven by scientists and all this sort of stuff. And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, and Fauci considers himself a scientist too, says believe the science. Yeah. No, If the world ends in 2 years, the world ends in 2 years. But there ain't nobody in the world that's predicting that. You know, a broken clock is right 2 times a day. But I mean, how many times have we seen or heard in our lifetime, this day is going to be the end of the world? We're all still here. So yeah, no, you know, I y'all know me in conspiracy theories and whacked out crazy clickbait stuff. No, that ain't me. Sue S., I got the beer making kit that you recommended for my future son in law. He loved it. Cool. Wait till he makes his own. That will be fun. Uh, Jersey Prepper, do we see any mandates against natural immunity? I'm presently infected with the vid. Not that bad, by the way. So what do you think? No, they're already trying to, and this is going on in all over the world and in different parts of the states where they're now saying that natural immunity is no longer a excuse for not getting jabbed. So, I mean, there's a lot of places that are, I forget, there's a couple of cities that are saying, religious exemptions will no longer be considered and natural immunity will no longer be considered. Okay. Thanks. May we all bow down. Kim Jong Biden. Joe G says, thank you for your service. My pleasure. Duck, okay, I'm in the right spot again. Okay. Lorna says, Pinball, join us at Constantine's for New Year's Eve. Considering if what did he say in the stream this morning, that they were going to go on at, was it like 10 o'clock in the morning Eastern time or something like that? So yeah, there'll probably be plenty of time to do that, to see it. Whether I'm sitting around for 6 or 7 hours, that's not going to happen. Because I will be doing some other things that day besides vegging out on the couch. New Year's Day, I will probably be vegging out on the couch. Okay, let's see. Oh, see, now I am back in the where again. Okay. Gina says, I made the collage cookies with my homemade jam. Delicious. Yeah, that must have been good. Believe it or not, of the 3 that we made this year, my favorite ones were the ones with the guava jelly. Those are the best ones. We made the strawberry, the poppy seed, and the guava. The first time I've ever made guava jelly, but those are really good. One of these days, if I ever get out to Arizona or something like that again, I got to get some cactus jelly and make them with cactus jelly. So that would be it. The Rooster. Grandkids broke the grandpa jungle gym. Oh my, what a day. Truly, I'm blessed. God. Let's hope the jungle gym wasn't your arm. Kevin Grip. Yes, share your Christmas. Now you know what you're getting. Okay. Yep. Well, I already went through there. Ace, I go through pinball withdrawal when you're not on. Okay. Scrolling through here. Voodoo Queen. Okay, we'll bring this one up. She says her seed box is being held hostage again in North Carolina. No response for 18 days. Please contact Pinball. I've asked this in the regular videos. I'll ask again here, guys, and I'm not hearing either where it is. Last I heard, the 2 I sent out were in South Carolina. I haven't heard anything on it in a couple of weeks. And I think I've only heard from, I think it was Treasure Seekers who got it this week. Guys, please move that seed box on along. I mean, from my understanding, we're about 20, 25 people into each one of them. And each one of those boxes has somewhere around 60 or 70 people in it. I mean, for me, first seedling starting is in 7 weeks. So we got a lot of people to move through real fast. Minister's Corner, any thoughts on hydroponics growing in the winter? I've never done it. I know there's some things that work better than others, but I've never done hydroponics. I'm just not going to be your best answer for it. I mean, does it sound like it'd be a great idea? Yes. I just don't have the space for it because I think I've said to you guys before, for south and east facing windows, I literally have the one that is in front of the kitchen, or I'm sorry, in front of the couch. I've got the one in my bedroom that I'd have plants right where I'm trying to sleep, or I've got one in the back here that is not big enough to, I mean, it'd light a couple of trays up. I don't have the sunlight to do it, so then I'd be using grow lights all over the place, and that gets crazy. CB, what do you? Okay, I'm what do you? I'm guessing this is what do you think are the two preps that people should really focus on right now? Uh okay, I guess it depends on where you are in the prepping journey. I mean, if you've got a year's plus worth of food put away, then you don't need to do that. If you don't have a year's plus worth of food put away, that's the very first thing you can do. Okay. I know everybody will say water all the time, and I've told everybody you have to have plans for water because you can't store enough of it. Uh, the other prep that I would say, and this is going to sound really goofy, but you'll know where I come from on this one. It's paying off your bills. I mean that's what I think is the food and getting out of debt. I know people say, well, that's not a prep. Yeah, actually it is. That's your mental sanity. It's you'd be amazed how much easier life is when you go, oh my God, there's more paycheck left at the end of the month than there is month. So Lorna, Daphne for president. There you go. Well, like I said, Meghan Markle runs, Daff is in there. Uh, David Williams, Pinball and Mrs. P, wishing you and all my Patriot family up north a very Merry Christmas from a fellow Patriot south of the border. And David, just to let you know, I never got a request from the other person to swap emails for you. So it's not like I've forgotten you. I've just never got anything from the other person. Uh, Rooster, Santa's locked up for not having those permits I talked about last week. Ugh. Speaking of permits, give you guys a story. Miracles will happen. The survey that I was trying to get done all the time, I finally got the survey back and finally got it down to the courthouse this week. Only took 9 months. So, or 8 months, I think it was. Yeah, that's crazy. Whoops. Shot all the way to the bottom again. That's too far up. I'm trying to find where I was. Robert Bates, what's the ultimate Christmas movie today? Die Hard. Y'all asked me, I think it was last week, what my favorite Christmas movie was, and I have to say that is. And I know there's two different things. Oh, it's not a Christmas movie. Yes, it is a Christmas movie. I mean, it's Fox News even did a man on the street thing. If Die Hard's a Christmas movie. I'm sorry, Die Hard's a Christmas movie. If they play Christmas songs in it and it's set around Christmas time, it's a Christmas movie. Just because people fall out of buildings doesn't make it not a Christmas movie. I mean, what was the one Schwarzenegger was in, Jingle All the Way, where he was chasing all over town for a toy or something like that? Okay. Somewhat the same idea. You know, not all Christmas movies have to be, Hallmark movies or, on what is it, Lifeline or whatever the all the sappy Christmas movies are on. I forget the name of the channel. Okay, looking through. Vicky Savage, there you go. My Christmas gift to me is no debt dragging into next year. Perfect. I love it. No need to make the bankers any richer. There you go. East Tennessee Preparedness. Here's a good one. I just want to thank God for sending his son for me. Merry Christmas, preppers. Couldn't agree more. Nice sentiment. Thank you for saying that. Let's see. Healthy disrespect for authority. If you're looking for a fun game, Cards Against Humanity is fun. Okay, I've never heard of that. Okay, we'll have to look that one up. Charlie Knoll, has anyone seen North Shore? All I know is that North Shore said a couple of weeks ago he was going to, after, because he usually does a live stream after mine. And I asked him, he said no, he was taking some time off. And his brother got with me earlier this week and said that, he'd let us know pretty soon when, what was going on. So, if he just needs some time, take care of personal life or whatever it is, maybe just got burned out on YouTube a while, because Sean's very active on YouTube. I mean, he mods for 4 or 5 different channels, plus cutting out his own videos, plus going into other live streams. Maybe he hit burnout. I don't know. I'm not going to speculate what's going on, but if, I'll totally respect his space if he needs to walk away. Becky Reed, pinball, can the governor override CDC guidelines? Absolutely. Okay. Because the CDC is not a legislative body. They can make guidelines. That's it. They can make recommendations. That's it. The CDC cannot come out and say, they have no authority to say, you will do this. None. Okay. They are not a political entity, a lawmaking body. A governor is. A governor can sign an executive order and say, we're not doing this. I mean, I'll give you a perfect example. The CDC was saying the whole time about all these mandates, and Ron DeSantis, governor of Florida, said, nope. And there's nothing the CDC can do. So, yeah, all the CDC, exactly like you said, can do is suggest stuff. Until somehow it's made a law, it's not written, it's not written there. It's not worth the sand it's written in. So, John Kelly, I got a new song, The 12 Days of Prepping. That would be good. See, now you need to record it and put up a YouTube video on it. What was the one I saw the other day? Somebody did, I can't remember. It was a lady. I saw it. There was a link to it on Citizens Free Press. And I can't remember what she did the song, but I want to say it was still a Christmas song, if I remember correctly. And she could sing, first off, but it was hilarious because she just tore into Fauci and Biden and everybody in this. It was funny. Little Lone Prepper, when my grandkids were small, I bought them big dog beds for Christmas. They loved them. It's a good idea, because the kids always want to sleep on the floor. It's like, here's something soft. I remember being a kid myself and be like, we'd be laying there watching TV. It was back in the days of the console televisions. You'd be laying there watching TV, and mom would be on the couch, dad would be in his chair, my brother and I'd be laying on the living room floor watching TV or whatever, and it'd be like, you guys need to go to bed. And it's like, I'm not tired. As you wake up to answer the question, for laying on the floor doing it. Vicky Savage, natural immunity is the science. Yeah, that's the thing. Follow the science, except we won't. We'll only follow the science that we want to believe. We won't follow the real science. That's been the truth the whole way through this. Okay, it was selective science. Concert friends, odds on the Supremes with the mandate. Honestly, I wouldn't bet against them on it. My guess is what they're going to come out and say is the mandate is unconstitutional. The only way that the mandate can be done is if Congress writes a law and it's done. Okay, that an executive order is unconstitutional. Okay. So that's still my bet. Could I be wrong? Of course. Okay. I'm not a lawyer. Don't play one on the internet. But I think that the Supreme Court's going to strike down the mandates. Trent McMurray, pinball, my best present today was 6 pair of wool socks. Good things to have. Yeah, there was one other thing Mrs. P got me. She got me some waterproof socks. They're waterproof, fireproof socks. I've never heard of these things before. And they're not like they're rubber or plastic. They feel like regular socks, and they're not wool. But apparently they're waterproof. So she's like, that'd be cool. I'm like, yeah, I would. Never heard of them. Narissa Martinez, what do I think about all the flight cancellations? I heard something briefly on it that I guess that it was a combination of people testing positive and then other employees, I guess, because it was pilots, flight attendants, whatever it would be, that were just they weren't gonna pick up, all the extra slack. I mean, the problem is, I mean that really messes stuff up because you think about it, just because the flight from say Boston to Chicago was canceled. Well, now that plane isn't in Chicago, so the next flight from Chicago to Denver can't go either. And so you just start piling and piling people on, uh, that are getting screwed in all of this, and are getting stuck. And so you had all these people that couldn't get home for Christmas, go see grandma for Christmas. I saw something about a guy who, they put him on I think it was a Delta flight, and then they put him on a JetBlue flight, and it was 11 hours later, and so, all this sort of crap. And now you got people that aren't going to be able to get back home, which means, oh, gee, sorry, boss, I can't get to work. Oh, so hopefully, people don't lose their jobs over it. It's a mess, and it's because of the stupidity of it all. Who is at risk if the pilot has the sniffles? The co-pilot? It's about it, because when's the last time you've been on a plane and the pilot came walking through coach? Okay. If the pilot gets out of the cockpit, maybe the pilot goes to the restroom. That's about it. So, East Tennessee, thank you for the super chat. And, thank you for everything you do for the community as well. Let's see. Dan Rose, do I think that the Democrats will start a war to stay in power? Define war. That's the thing. I mean, they've already long since started this war, trying to divide the country without a shot being fired. That's been the plan ever since Trump won, okay, is divide, 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 divide. Hell, even before that, Obama was known as the Great Divider. So they're trying to start that class war, or race war, or anything that they can. Now, there's now speculation. I caught some of Sky News Australia today on YouTube, that the Democrats are not planning on Biden running in 2024, and that they're now figuring that he may step down somewhere around the 2022 midterms, okay? Because it is inevitable that at this point, unless something drastically changes in the next 10 months or 11 months here, or whatever it is, the Democrats are going to get slaughtered next year in the elections, okay? Notwithstanding any of the shenanigans, let's just put it that way, okay? But they'll blame it all on Joe. That Joe couldn't carry the party, so Joe will be brushed aside. That'll put in the cackling hen, and then maybe they see if they want to run her in 2024. But this is what I get such a kick out of right now. And again, we're 3 years ahead of time, and y'all remember, 3 years ahead of any presidential election, there's always talk, oh, this person's the front runner. And by the time the convention rolls around, that person was never even in any of the debates because they never got anywhere. But right now, the two leading contenders to be the head of the Democratic ticket in 2024 are Kamala Harris and Pete Buttigieg. And I'm thinking to myself, if that's the best the Democrat Party's got to put up, this should be a walk in a freaking park. But, now you're getting talks of Hillary Clinton getting back in the election. I've heard the talks again about Oprah running. I've heard the talks about Dwayne Johnson running. Mark Cuban hasn't come out and said he's not interested in it yet. I mean, just like, you know, you think that 2020 was a cast of clowns. I mean, this is going to make Bozo's Circus look like, a Mensa meeting. So, just who knows? I mean, politics is steadily going downhill. I mean, it's worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. It's like the least common denominator. When the government sends something out to bid, like you want to build a new tank, who gets the contract to build the new tank? The lowest bidder. Okay, that's pretty much how politics is working anymore. It's like, who gets to be president? The least qualified. August Blue, my son in Tucson got me a cactus pie. There you go. Wilderness homesteading. What are the odds that a full-out mandate of the jab will hold in the USA? Absolutely zero. There is no way possible it'll happen. Okay, it will. And again, we've said this here many times on the channel. The reason that all the stuff that's going on in Australia is going on in Europe or Canada or anything like that isn't going on in the United States, it's not because of the Constitution. It's because of the Second Amendment. That's the only thing that is keeping us from being like Australia is, like Austria is, like Great Britain is, like Canada is, whatever it was. I mean, we saw something, I think I told you the other day, what was it? North Korea had banned laughing for 11 days because, you had to be in mourning for Kim Jong-il, and his death, from years ago. Canada the other day banned singing and dancing unless you were part of a theatrical play or whatever it would be. Okay. So no going to nightclubs, no going Christmas caroling, no nothing like this. Singing and dancing were banned in Ontario. You start looking at this and go, why aren't the people standing up? It's because the government isn't afraid of them. That's what I'm saying here. Is the government is still afraid of the people here. They're not afraid of our votes. They can figure out how to take care of that. They're afraid of, oh my God, walk the plank. Billy Pollard, been pulling leaf duty today, 67 here near Knoxville. Yeah, we were out today, 65 up here. It's supposed to be in the 60s all week. This is the week between Christmas and New Year's. Now, granted, majority of my life was spent living up north, so I'm used to cold winters, and this is not it. Okay, but I can't think that t-shirt and almost shorts weather is normal for Christmas down here. Okay, we're not in the deep south. I mean, I saw somebody in the comments before we started today said Ohio set a record today for the warmest Christmas ever. Grand solar minimum, guys. Now, you can all bet that Ohio's going, look at this, we just had the warmest Christmas ever, and now you probably get hit with a blizzard on New Year's Eve. Nicole Antoine, I got a seed box yesterday, Texas here, and sending it to another Texas address on Monday. Okay, so that's either Voodoo's, well, no, Voodoo said hers is in North Carolina, so that's either Unique Rabbits or Treasure Seekers, and I think both of their boxes are in Texas right now, so thank you for telling me. Walt H. in Florida, been busy planting. Nice to be in the weather down here. Yeah. Trust me, I'm already sitting here itching to get my hands in the dirt already. It's like, okay. I mean, I was sitting here drawing up my gardens this year and doing whatever. It's like, all right, I'm ready for this. It's like, I got 7 weeks till I can do anything. Michael Sellers, was the seed box ever 20'd? I don't know what 20'd means. Jasper's Knoll, what seeds do I start first? Well, the garlic had to go in the fall, so that's already in. And the scary part for me is my garlic's already about 4 inches high, so it's got to go. Now, garlic is very cold hardy, so it should not have any problems surviving the winter. But if we get some real cold weather, it'll kill it all. But then the first things that'll get seeds started are my onions, my peas, and my cabbages, because those all get planted mid-March, and my last frost date is the end of April. So, stands alone. My planting date coming up. No seed box in Texas where I'm at. Well, hopefully you're close to where the box is with the one that was just said is still moving around. I mean, that's kind of why we moved it the way we did. We tried to get it to the earlier planting dates earlier, but once the box left our house, guys, then then it's on you guys to move it along. There's nothing I can do other than bag every week. Billy Pollard preps food, and more food until you get, like I said, until you get to the point where you've got about a year's worth of food, a year's plus worth of food for everybody in the household. Because otherwise, you got to remember this too, guys. You don't want to be living just off of canned food, because all the sodium and everything like that you've got in all of that'll put you in the ground too. So you've got to supplement all that canned food with fresh food. Sugar in the Attic Homestead, starting my seeds under grow lights this year. I do every year. If you need any tips on grow lights, if you haven't done it before, there's videos back. If you go on the channel here in the playlists, there's one playlist it's called Gardening, and I believe the name of the video was Let There Be Light, and I explained to you what the different types of grow lights are, so you're not wasting a whole bunch of money on stuff, and then show you how to make some on a budget. John Kelly, food, backup heat. Yep, that's another good one. Deanna Walters, need prayers for Adam. Marfugal went in the ER this morning. Okay, I hadn't heard anything, but don't know. I mean, what do we know why? Grumpy old man, pinball. When we sell gold, does the coin shop pay spot, or would it be under spot? Usually the shops will pay spot price for it. Okay, you're not getting any premiums or anything like that. They'll pay spot for it, and then again, they're trying to sell it at spot plus a premium. So that's it. They'll buy it from you spot. Let's say it's silver right now, and I'm ballparking because I haven't looked at the price in a couple of days. I think silver was $22.75 or something like that on Friday. If you sold an ounce of silver, they'll pay you $22.75. They'll take it right out there, put it in the case, and probably slap 27, 28 bucks on it. And then they'll make the extra $4 or $5 difference in it. Price of silver goes down, they're losing money. Okay, price of silver goes up, they're making money without even selling it. So, because obviously if they bought it for $22.75 and the price of silver goes up to $25, now they're bumping their price up to $30, and so not only are they making the $5 in premium, but they're making the $2.50 or $2.25 in my example of what the increase in value is. But yeah, you'll find that the shops will pay spot 99% of the time. Diamond Dave, for the beginner, the best food preps, cans of beef stew. No, I'll disagree there. As silly as it is, the best for the beginner, the best food preps are literally beans and rice, because you can get a lot of it cheap, and can of Dinty Moore beef stew will cost you $2.50, $3, and you're going to need a lot of those. For $2.50, $3, I can buy a lot of rice or a lot of beans, and have more to eat, and I've got my proteins and my carbs. So I've got beef stew in my preps. Don't think I don't. But it wasn't one of the first things I bought. Beans and rice literally is where you should start. Sorry, throat gets dry after going for a while. Let's see. Shot to the bottom again. Okay. Oh, North Shore's here. Hey, Sean. Good to see you. Uh, Dinner with your folks. Totally cool. Do. Okay. I found Waldo's Reed Timmer's YouTube channel. That's a weather channel, guys. Said to expect tornado-like weather January 2nd in Northwest Texas. God, please no more. Okay. Uh, Excuse me. Gabby Gertie, hubby mowed the lawn on Christmas Day 2 years ago in Southwest Michigan just because he could. I mean, it's funny because I look around here. Obviously, there's no leaves on the trees or anything like that, but the grass is still green. It's not growing, but it's green. Rooster says we all wore shorts and t-shirts in Kansas City tonight. Jeez. Fingirl ECG, do you need seeds? Home Depot has loads of them. If you need some, let me know. No, guys, the last thing I need is more seeds. I mean, I've got all of the stuff I saved. You guys have sent me some. I mean, I could start a farm with all the seeds I have right now. I mean, inevitably there's gonna be. I gave away some seeds to somebody a couple of weeks ago just because they didn't have any. I was like, here's a bunch of extra I've got, and I've still got a ton of extra seeds, so I'm fine. August Blue, I still have a bell pepper growing outside from the summer. If it wasn't for a couple of freezes here that we got down in the 20s, I probably could too. Mountain Woodsy, when you get summer weather, plant a garden, maybe even a lemon tree. Yeah, no kidding. I had a lemon tree in Vegas. Got lemons off of it too. Uh, Denise Bissell, big bad storms west coast have also contributed to flight cancellations. Yeah, that's true too. I forgot about that. There's a big snowstorm that hit the northwest. Dan Rose, Mr. Pinball, do you carry a get-home bag with you in your truck? Yes, basically my bug-out bag goes back and forth in my truck. Mine and Mrs. B's is in that vehicle. Anytime we go somewhere, we've got it with us. So, I mean, it's not necessarily a get-home bag. It's our full-blown Bob's, because if we go anywhere, I mean, how do you put this? Either we are going somewhere together or one of us is at home. There's never a time where I'm at one place and she's at another place and neither one of us are home unless we're together. So, yeah. Denise Bissell again. Publix had whole pork tenderloins on sale, $1.99 a pound. Okay, guys, anybody got Publix? That's good price. I mean, what I was getting for $1.79, I now saw $2.29 last time I was at the store. Awesome Sauce 753, a victory garden like the good old days. Yeah, I mean, and that's literally what it's going to be. I mean, if you go back even to the Depression, the people that knew how to garden did okay. During World War II, you had all the victory gardens and stuff like that. And I will say this a million times. You've got to start learning now. There's a lot more to gardening than putting a seed in dirt, putting some water on it, and expecting to go out and pick food. Okay? It doesn't work that way. You need it. It's a science. Okay? I mean, you've got to learn what your soil's missing, what kind, one plant needs this kind of fertilizer, one plant needs that kind of fertilizer. I mean, whether it's nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, whatever it would be. What time it is, when you plant. I mean, You're not going to do any good planting peppers in March. Okay, they're going to die. But if you don't plant your peas in March and you try to plant your peas at the same time you plant your peppers, you're not going to get any peas because they don't grow. So you need to know all that sort of stuff. You need to know, what your soil's like. There's a lot that goes into it. It's not just, if you go out and stick seeds in the ground and you get food, you're lucky. Okay. There's a lot of learning curve because how something grows for me is going to be completely different than how something grows for, say, Rooster in Kansas City or, say, Lorna down in Texas or, wherever anybody else is, because our soils are different, our climates are different, that you need to know it's very specific. You can't look on the back of a seed packet and go, oh, well, these are the directions no matter if I'm in Florida or if I'm in Maine. No, it doesn't work that way. Ali Nanya, I start in a small portable greenhouse. That works perfect. I start mine indoors, but I use the little seed cups that are like greenhouses to them, and then I put them under grow lights. So same effect, basically. CB, what do I think about burpee seeds? I like burpee seeds. I've got a bunch of them. I use them. They're good. Janny Wanny, my peas are alive and blooming, but no pods in North Carolina. Any idea why no pods? How long have you had them in the ground? I mean, peas don't require that much of a specific soil because they're a nitrogen fixer, so they make their nitrogen out of the air. I'll give you this. Here's an idea. It's December. You don't have any pollinators. The only way you're going to get those flowers to pollinate is if you hand pollinate them. Because I can pretty much bet there's probably no bees flying around on Christmas. There's why you're no pods. Jevin Cochran, Pinball, my Jerry Baker Garden Tonic book arrived yesterday. Great tip. Thank you. Use some of those. You'll be surprised how well they work. For cheap stuff, free for the most part. Let's see. Coral Tigger, yes, location. I learned last year Cherokee, I'm assuming you mean pumpkins, don't do very good in Indiana. Yeah, because they're much more of a southern pumpkin. Even Cherokee tomatoes probably aren't good. Well, Cherokee tomatoes might do better. Vicky Savage, there's a 20-degree difference between the top and the bottom of the ravine. Yeah, I believe that. Let's see. I'm trying to see what else we got here. Cannot believe there's 1,100 people in here on Christmas Day. I figured we'd have a couple of hundred, and that was it. Base K59, stock up on canning supplies now. Yeah, guys, again, don't get caught with your pants down again. There's canning supplies in there. Grab what you can while you can, because, again, if anything happens and there is more of a metal shortage, I'm not as much worried about the glass shortage, but any sort of metal shortage, no canning lids. I found Waldo. What's in my bug out bag? There's a video where I did a complete TA50 layout of my bug out bag here on the kitchen table. And I had forgotten, there was something I forgot in there, and you guys all busted my chops for it. And it went right in. I actually had it, but it wasn't in my bag. I was like, oh my God, how foolish I felt. But I did a whole video on a bug out bag maybe about 4 or 5 months ago. Let's see. Now I had my first aid kit. Let's see. Gina, good night. Oh, geez, it's 2 minutes to 10. It's almost good night for everybody. Karen Thomure, we had success hand pollinating. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you have to. It's like, Corn. Corn's a good example of one that I don't want to say it's not hand pollinating as much where you're out there with a toothbrush or whatever, but when you got your corn and it's tasseling or whatever it is, go out and shake the corn a little bit to get some of that pollen to come off. Because if you get a couple of calm days and no pollen shakes off, now you're slowing down your growth of your corn, for example. Let's see. Treasure Seeker says they found a place they want. Cool. Congratulations. Let's see if I can find one more here and we'll call it a night, guys. Well, I think I got all the questions. Yeah, Ozark Prepper says IFAC, comms, yeah, individual first aid kit, yes, communications, good things to have. We've talked about all those. I mean, the one thing I'll say, I know everybody talks about these IFACs and things like that and off the shelf stuff you can buy. I can't speak for Bears. I know everybody says Bears got a great one. I've never seen what's in it, so I can't speak for it. But don't these first aid kits that you get at Walmart or something like that, guys, most of them are crap. Build your own first aid kits, okay? Go, so you know what's in there. Get yourself bleed stop, get yourself gauze, get yourself all different kinds of bandages, neosporins, whatever it is. Go through and build it all, because you go out and buy one of these little first aid kits, and I mean they're great if you got you cut your finger, or you got a splinter, but they're not going to do you squat if you got to deal with a bullet wound. Okay, that's the kind of first aid kit you're looking at having, for more major injuries. The stuff in your medicine cabinet is not going to cut it for a SHTF first aid kit. So, all right, guys, Merry Christmas. Y'all have a great Saturday. I hope to God everybody had a good holiday, and say a prayer for all those troops that didn't get to come home and spend time with family for Christmas today. So, guys, we'll see y'all in the morning. Have a good one. Pinball out.